What will happen in the summer is, one, he's got to try and fight and win this League Cup. If he wins that, great. I think if we don't get in the Champions League, then there's going to be obviously a massive question mark on what's going to go on with Harry Kane, because I'm sure someone like Manchester City will come calling for him. And Spurs have got to convince him to stay. They've got to sign some top class players. They've got to sign centre backs. They've got to try and convince him that being at Spurs is where he's going to win a title. I think he wants to win a Premier League title. I don't think he wants to go out to Spain. I don't think that's what he wants. He either wants Alan Shearer's record, and he wants to win a Premier League.
Some people are saying he could win it this year. The Premier, no chance. No chance.
No, Spurs are nowhere near it.
Liverpool are misfiring at the moment,
it.
but when they get all their big boys back and defence is sorted, Tottenham are miles away. So it's not just Spurs. I just think Man United and Leicester, come the end of the season, I just think City will be gone.
You've got to look at it and look at. You talk about Wayne Rooney. You know, he loved Everton, and then he went to Man United, and he's had an incredible career.
Yeah.
But he's also won loads of titles. Now, even if Harry Kane did win one Premier League title at Spurs, is that really enough for a player who has been a world-class player for 10 years in the game? You know, I just think, as a Spurs fan, you'd love him to stay.
Yep.
You want him to stay and try and fight to win trophies at Spurs, but at this moment in time, you look at it and you look at the way other teams are going in Man United, you know, Chelsea, Man City, you know, Liverpool. I just can't see Spurs getting up to that point by the time that Harry Kane's going to be finished in his career.
Jamie, there's something as well. I've got to be honest. If he decided to stay with Spurs, I wouldn't criticise him, because, you know, effectively more or less been a one-man club myself. I appreciate that he's been there as a boy. He loves the club, right? He'll be getting well looked after financially. It'll probably mean as much to Harry Kane, and I don't know, I'd love to ask him the question, beating Jimmy Greaves' record, right, to become Spurs' top goal scorer of all time. That would probably mean as much to him as anything.
Do you think?
I really do.
Look
at Alan Shearer, for example. I keep going back to Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer.
Gone United.
Yeah, and I know he won a title at Blackburn and Southampton, things like that. But I tell you what, I mean, you ask Alan Shearer, playing for his boyhood heroes, scoring more goals than, you know, the great Jackie Mulbert.
I think Man City are definitely going to probably come calling. And as much as Spurs fans would love him to stay, how can they begrudge someone who's been at the club and been a loyal servant, has done everything he can to try and get this team to try and win a Premier League, and we're just not good enough? And I just don't think we ever are going to be good enough with, you know, managers. Not in this era. I don't think in this era Spurs are ever going to be good enough to dominate and win the Premier League. It's always going to be City. It's always going to be Liverpool or Man United.